Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining me for a video after my little break that I took from YouTube. And let's go ahead and get started. I feel a little rusty because it's been a while. This ear is stopped up. I hope that I don't have to re-record because I'm really, if I don't think I will. So I'm trying to. Anyway, let me get started. We are going to be doing a review of this Delvaux bag here. Now, I don't know 100% whether this is the correct name or not, but I do believe this is from the Gen Fizz line based off of my research. Now, I want to say thank you to the person out there. Hopefully, you are still subscribed and still watching and are watching this video. I don't, if I can remember or find that comment from a while back, then I will put your name up here so I can tell you thank you publicly. And everybody else can know who you are. But at least by your username. But they had asked about this bag here. I did a short on it a while back and never did a review, and that sparked me to do a review. So we have, this is a pre-owned bag that I have. This is my only Delvaux piece, and I really like it because it's unique. I love, it's kind of like a backpack type of bag. So let me just give you a spin around the bag, and then I'll talk about it as I'm showing those pieces. Here's the front of it. It's kind of got this, not even a teardrop shape. It's kind of, I don't know what we want to call this. It's more like a triangular shape, but not really a triangle. But it's kind of got these curves, which I really like. It's a unique take on a backpack, which I was thinking about, I think a different backpack at the time. Saw this one because of the top handle. If you do not know, I'm the top handle girl. I actually, that something about a top handle makes me feel so special when I'm carrying a top handle bag, and this is what really attracted me to it. I liked it because one, the color, I think it's a unique shape, and then also the fact that I can carry this bag three different ways, which is really nice. Now, you've seen the front where it has this clasp. It is logoed with Delvaux engraving on it, and the back part of this handle here is also engraved in Delvaux as well. And then you have the iconic little D that is on all of their bags. And then they also do it on the zipper too, as you can see. I got this one from Poshmark, and there weren't that many. I want to say this one came from Poshmark and it was around three something. This other one that they had in a different color, I don't remember the color, but they wanted like nine something on Macari for this bag. Along the back of it, it has a zippered pocket, which I liked. I personally like to be able to access my phone or something important, something that I'm going to grab frequently without having to go inside of the bag. And notice here, it's not like it's the easiest bag to get into. It's a little cumbersome because you have to open this clasp. So, you pretty much need two hands to open this bag. And for that reason, I liked that the back pocket was available to use that. Now, when I first got it, it was looped into the little ring back here, which I don't believe it is engraved with Delvaux as well. But this ring, it was looped in like a backpack. I would have to play with it to figure that out. It does have little studs for the fastening or the leather strap, and there are 1, 2, 13, 14 holes. You got a lot of flexibility and room with this bag. Obviously, because it's a backpack, you want to be able to adjust that. And there are just the level of detail that Delvaux has is great. These little two leather strap keepers have little D's on them as well. There. And I like that aspect that there are strap keepers because I'm not a big fan of bags where you only have one little strap keeper and then this little piece here over time, for example, starts to turn up and it just looks, funky and I'm not a fan of that. So I do like that aspect that they have two strap keepers on it. Other than that, so let me just open up the inside. It does have this clasp here which is pretty easy to hook on. And inside this little post right here. And then inside there is a key keeper ring there for you. And then there's a pen holder basically. I put my pen in there. And then the rest side is a stamp with Delvaux, and then the rest side. The rest is just open. And it has this accordion pleating on the side, so you can expand it out. And what's nice is because this is not magnetic or anything like that, I think that it makes it easier for you to stuff more into it and be able to close it up because of this accordion detail that allows you to expand it out a little bit wider. With that accordion detail, because of the kind of odd shape where it's wider along the base and then it narrows along the top, you see how narrow it is up here? That does factor in how much you can fit in it, but you can fit a decent amount into this bag. Let's see here. And then on the bottom, y'all, I haven't recorded in a while, so you got to get back used to it. I'm like, what else am I supposed to talk about? And then the bottom is just this little flat piece here, and then the strap comes through, which I like that kind of added detail to it. And there's piping along the front here, and then glazing here along that side. So it's got both, and then there's glazing along the pieces here. Usually what I will do is I will leave this open, and then I will stick, actually what I end up using is a card holder, especially if I'm going to the store. Usually I'll take like a flat card holder and I will stick it in here. See how that fits in well. I was about to say I put my phone in, but I don't like the chances that I pull out my phone and then my wallet also comes out with it too. Therefore, usually the phone is in my pocket or in my hand. If that's not an option, I will stick it in my bag, and I'll have it set up like this, and then I have chapstick. That way, I need my chapstick. I need to get to my chapstick frequently. I can get to that fairly quickly from in here, and then also I can get to my wallet, and I just leave it open because it's going to be up against my body, and it's a pretty, let's see, deep. Basically, there's about, with this card holder in here, maybe like an inch and a half that you still have in height with this card holder that I slip inside. So it's a pretty decent amount. It is lined in suede, which I absolutely love. And the other piece I wanted to mention about this bag, just overall, I really like this bag because it is unique and because it has these great details on it, and it is what I define as a full leather bag. To me, full leather means leather outside as well as a suede or leather lining. And I like that aspect of it because for this price point, of course, it, you don't get that much leather in today's time. With that said, I love this handle. That was my drawing factor into it. And this is a thick, like this is metal. But I'll say I was kind of disappointed, but not enough to change my mind about the item. Plus, I bought it from Poshmark, so it's not like I could return it. I would just have to resell it. Is the fact that this little clasp piece is kind of like a metal Lloyd. It's not as heavy and thick of a metal as this piece up here. And then this hook here is also the same, where it's not as, oh, and there's Delvaux engraved on here too. So the level of detail that Delvaux has gone to engrave, do custom kind of little clasps and buttons. There's also a little D right here too. I forgot to show that. So just the amount of times that I've said, oh, there's a little D here, there's a little D here, it's engraving, it's everywhere. So it does warrant a higher price tag when companies do pay for custom detailing in that nature, because they're not just taking kind of the base hardware from a generalized place, they're getting it engraved. That's the reason why I wanted to point that. Yeah, that's that's the point I wanted to make with that. Now, what was I about to say? Yes, so I really do enjoy this bag. I like that it is this burgundy color, which is nice and it stands out. I mostly carry it by the handle. Like I mentioned, you can carry it by as a backpack, which I have never done. And that solidifies for me. I don't, even though I see backpack bags from time to time, I think they're really cute. I don't need one. I have never carried this as a backpack. And I also use it as a crossbody. So that's why it's on its longest setting here, is because if I need to be hands free, I will flip this across my shoulder, and then this becomes a crossbody bag or a shoulder bag, and I carry it on the side, which I really like about it. With this bag here, you won't see that many of them, and I thought that was a unique factor. It also gives me a piece of Delvaux, which I had never had something from them before. And if you look at Delvaux bags new, they're pretty penny. Also, Delvaux is based in Belgium. But with that said, when you see these on the pre-owned market, I think of them similar to Hermes in the sense that it's very hard to have a full, like find a comprehensive list of styles from Hermes. You see the ones that are out now, but there's so many out there that if you're not a kind of diehard Hermes fan and know about all the different styles. Like there's a market bag, there's a cabana bag, there's a, what else have I seen that I've like had on my list before? Atlas. There's another type of bag. So you typically hear about like the Constance and the Birkin and the Kelly. Maybe you'll hear about a Garden Party or Evelyn as things are more popular and less popular. But there's so many, like the Vespa. I want to say Caleb Snell has his Vespa, and I remember at one point I was thinking about a Vespa bag too. So there's so many styles out there with Hermes that are not as well known, and that's the reason why I say that the Delvaux one is similar, where there's not a lot of styles out there that are well known about Delvaux. So it's hard to see what those older pieces are. But that's my review, and this video is long. I didn't expect for it to be this long. So thank you so much. Check, comment down below if you have questions.